welcome to the first winter edition of As the Kayak Rolls. Here you see my husband Rob and intrepid partner talking to our two students for the pool session about rolling and giving them some idea of what goes on inside the boat. I'm going to pause it there. I am grateful to the student who let me film him. I want you to remember as you watch this fairly short video that he had a number of actual rolls, successful rolls this day. It just happened that I did not have my camera in my hands when he was rolling so well. That seems to happen whenever anybody's watching our rolls fall apart. It's like some law of the universe or something. So let's get to it. There was one of his first rolls of the day. He's going in backwards at the start of the day. And he truly is a new roller. This is his first day working with me on the roll. I'm going to slow through this here. As you can see, maybe this isn't spectacular, but he's definitely getting up. The next time, I want to see this hand, which is the off-water hand, closer to here. Maybe somewhere in this space. I mean, nobody's going to be able to get the back of their knuckles against their shoulder, but close for this kind of roll. He's learning a layback today. So, scroll through it. He comes up quite nicely. There's a couple of things I'd like to see differently the next time. His head is tilted this way a little bit. I'd like to see it either tilted that way or pointed straight up at the sky. So again, straight up or this direction. Either one works. But overall, good attempt. So I'm going to pull it back. And let it play in slow-mo. As you can see, it came up. Let me pull it back. Now, he comes up fine on this one. But as you can see, there's a couple things I want to work on with him the next time I see him. His first attempt had the paddle more parallel with the boat. Really want to see the paddle here, not here, because he's robbing himself of the full arc. So it's almost like he's starting at a 45-degree angle, so he's already stolen some of the arc from himself. One thing I really like about what he does consistently is that he gets the blade out of the water before he actually starts his arc. That is a really good thing. And he developed that on his own. I didn't tell him to do that. Now, he comes up on this attempt in spite of the pings that I'm going to give him here. I'm sure you know what I'm going to say about that hand. You probably know what I'm going to say about his body and his head. Look where he's looking. So I would like to see, ideally, his body straight, his chin pointed to the sky, or his head rotated 45 degrees so that his nose is here, his forehead, but he comes up. Comes up. Part of the reason that he comes up so well is that he does have a pretty good drive with his hip, his knee, his thigh, whatever you want to call it. I don't typically use hip snap because a snap is something, that sounds active, maybe even violent. That's not what it is. It needs to be a good, solid drive, yes, but it doesn't have to be like the snapping of a rubber band. Nice. You're going to hear me say nice a number of times through these videos. What I mean is nice effort, nice commitment. I'm not necessarily saying great roll. I'm saying great effort. Oh, okay. So here it starts to fall apart. He's getting tired, so we've got to give him slack for that. But if you drag the video back here, you will see a number of things that are easy to diagnose. He does get his blade out of the water. He does start closer to the boat. So both of those things he did right. But the next thing you're going to see, all right, you know what I'm going to say, right? Where is his hand? Where is it supposed to be? Somewhere here, somewhere, closer to his body. Now, his hand is out there, and because his hand is out there, the blade, the whole blade, is gone south. Now, water doesn't have much support, so trying to lever yourself up off the ocean is really probably not going to work. But in this case, he comes up. One reason he comes up is because my hand, which you don't know, oops, wrong side of the boat, is actually somewhere along here, just pushing a little bit on the off-water edge of the boat. Now, if it's not clear what I mean by off-water and on-water, you can really see it here in this particular photo. There's his off-water hand. There's his on-water hand. Here's the off-water side of the boat. Here's the on-water side of the boat. What's he doing? No, darn. His head. Yeah. So, if we can get Scott to look this way, or to point his chin up, one or the other, either. Now he's going to make another attempt. Let's drag that one backwards and play it on slow-mo for you. Now the reason that I'm filming from the back of the boat, in case you wondered, is A, I'm out of the way of him, and B, it's easier for me to rotate people up from the back of the boat than it is from the front of the boat. I have more leverage, I can step into his body, otherwise the blade's in my way. So that's why I typically film from the back. Poof, in he goes. All right, here, there's a lot of meat on this one. As you can see, the blade never came to the top of the water. If the blade is not on the top of the water, likely he never got his body out from underneath the boat. Probably his body is more underneath the boat somewhere. That might indicate that his off-water leg is still engaged. Now he tries to clear this all up, but because it starts late, it kind of falls apart. Now you know what I'm going to say about all this, right? If you've been watching me more than 5 minutes, you know that I'm going to beat this dead horse because it's important. Where's that hand supposed to be? Where's his head supposed to be looking? Is this supposed to be doing that? No, no. Dude, he is so good for letting us do this. Again, I want to point out that he had done a number of successful rolls, both going in back entry and then going in forward. So he had done both basically 180s and 360s. So this is at the end of the session. He's had 2 solid hours. He's got to be tired. He just doesn't know it. Okay, so let's drag this backwards, and I'm going to put it on slow-mo. Sorry, I hate the sound of our voices on slow-mo. So now I'm dragging it backwards. By the way, really good setup. The setup is great. It's here where stuff starts to fall apart. What do you think this hand is doing out of the water, and what is that doing to his blade? He takes his time. He gets the blade out of the water now, which is awesome. And then this is exhaustion. I mean, I'll be honest, he's got to be tired by now. He's not used to rolling. He's done a number of rolls. His brain is tired. Everything is tired. But he's still giving us great material. His hand is there. The blade is going straight down. Ideally, when it popped out of the water, back here, slapping it on the water is fine. That's fine, but then his body needs to twist and drive the blade in an arc. But that's not what happens. He slaps it and it goes straight down. You can see his hand is so far out there. I'm lucky he didn't hurt himself. He's lucky he didn't hurt himself. And he tries to lever himself off the bottom of the pool, and that doesn't quite work out. I left this last part in there so you would get some understanding of what it's like for me to lift a person that's bigger than me up off the bottom of the pool. Yeah, it's a bit of a struggle. I'm pretty good at it though, but the most important thing is for me to get his airway out of the water, and then from there, it's just a matter of getting the right leverage without hurting myself or him. So that ends this episode. As always, I would ask you to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps drive us up in the algorithm. And if you would like to see more content like this, I need you to comment, subscribe, like, everything. Send it to your friends, put it up on Facebook. That's the only way I'm going to be able to keep making this kind of content, is if I know that people are watching it and that it's valuable. And the only way I'm going to know that is if you let me know. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and happy rolling.